Board of Education Treasurer. Tyra Sanderson, Board of Education Member. And Bill Hawkins, Teacher and Faculty Speaker at Ben Eielson University.
Thank you, Carla. Ladies and gentlemen, next we'll have a few words from Dr. Karen Gaborik. Please allow me to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Karen Gaborik.
Welcome families, students, and staff to this wonderful evening. It is my pleasure to be with you to celebrate tonight. I graduated in this very gym over 30 years ago, and it is always fun to come back to Eielson for graduation. Graduates, on behalf of our entire school district, congratulations. I truly believe that every single student in our school district deserves to be successful, and that our job as educators is to make that happen. You are all shining examples of that success, and we are so proud of you. We are proud to have had you in our lives, we are proud of your achievements, and we are proud of who you have become. And we are proud to look ahead with you into your future. C.S. Lewis wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different." Graduates, as you look back on your high school career, I can only imagine how different you are feeling now than when you first came to high school as a freshman. And as you look ahead, you have an exciting new opportunity to once again redefine who you are. You will be able to make who you are today and take that and evolve into the person you would like to be. As you move into this next part of your lives, think about the energy you bring to every day and how it impacts you and those around you. Be grateful every day for the opportunity to become a new you, and take small steps each day to become your best you. And every once in a while, pause to reflect. You will be surprised that even though it seems that day by day nothing changes, when you look back, everything will be different. So make the most of it. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Dr. Gaborik. It's now an honor for me to introduce the 2019 Ben Eielson School Salutatorian. Would Tanner Scruggs and Diana and Christopher Scruggs please come forward? This certificate of award certifies that Tanner Scruggs of Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School has been awarded the certificate for salutatorian with a GPA of 4.1 with 25 and a quarter credits earned. Tanner was born at Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage, Alaska. Growing up here in the interior, attending Anderson, Crawford, Ben Eielson Junior High, and now the class of 2019 salutatorian for Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School. Please welcome Tanner Scruggs.
All right. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm a man of few words, and I'm going to try to keep this speech pretty short. It's been a privilege knowing the members of my graduating class, teachers, and staff that have helped me through these last 4 years. Always remember the misquotes from Miss Med, all the debates and stories from Mr. Walker, and all the nonstop roasting from Mr. Hawkins. It's sad to say, but today is the last day being in this school, and we leave here today, life begins. Whether you're joining the service, going to college, learning a trade, or whatever path you choose, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanner. And I imagine going into engineering, his engineering, I guess, write-ups will be pretty concise. It's now an honor to introduce the Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School class of 2019 Valedictorian. Would Ben Davis and Jennifer and Dennis Davis please come forward? Benjamin Lyon Davis was born March 9, 2001 to Jennifer and Dennis Davis in Mesa, Arizona. Ben attended elementary school in Pleasant Grove, Utah, middle school at Delta Junction, and high school here at Ben Eielson, earning the spot of valedictorian with a 4.2 grade point average and earning 25.7 credits. This fall, Ben plans to attend BYU Provo after serving a mission. Please welcome Ben Davis.
Good evening, parents, staff, teachers, dignitaries, and of course, the stars of the show tonight, class of 2019. All right, so before I begin, I want to take a quick poll, and I want you to be honest with me, okay? Teachers, you know where you're at. Would you please raise your hand if, at any point over the past 4 years, this senior class has in any way made you frustrated, annoyed, or made you question your sanity? All right, class, look back at those hands. Keep them up, keep them up. Guys, we've done our job. We can graduate now. All right. So I want to set a few ground rules for this speech. I know it probably won't change your life or anything like that, but if it does, you're welcome. Your expectations were probably too low anyway. If you're going to leave a review about this speech online or in person, I expect at least a 5 out of 10. Might listen to again, so just be nice. All right. It's been a fun 4 years. We've been everywhere from giving 2-ups in freshman English, Miss Julian, I'm looking at you, to math class in Miss Med's room, getting told to go to the board, to write the special product formulas probably at least 1 million times. I think you all know what I'm talking about. I want to thank the wizard, Mr. Walker. We've listened to him rant on and on about ethos, pathos, and logos. And now and he's also said how now we're gonna be in the real world and we have to pay for his Social Security. Sorry, man, I'm broke. He's also said all throughout high school that one day the world is going to be our problem to deal with. I really hope that wasn't supposed to be encouraging because it's kind of daunting. But I know he was probably just kidding. Oh, and let's face it, Mr. Walker kind of looks like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Either that or Santa Claus. Take your pick. Guys, the more and more I think about who we've had as teachers at this school, the more I realize how lucky we are to be here, living. I mean, Miss Pemberton probably could have called in an alien abduction at any time, but she didn't. So count your blessings. We've also had some amazing subs from when the teachers just couldn't handle our wonderful class anymore. Mr. Chapin, you're the man. Things haven't always been fun and games. This class has had its ups for sure, but there's also been its downs. For example, I remember freshman year drowning in biology, algebra, Alaska history, and most importantly, reading logs. Miss Julian, why? I still can't figure that out. We've also had our not-so-fine moments, like that time we all sat during the Spirit Assembly junior year. But hey, we've also had our ups as well. We've also had our finer times. I mean, I won't be able to listen to Old Town Road the same ever again. And I won't ever want to listen to it ever again. So going forward, I can't help but think about how we've gotten through it all. I keep coming back to the same conclusion. Life isn't about what happens to you in life, but how you deal with it. Or at least how much you try to get someone else to deal with it for you. Tatiana, I'm looking at you. We all know you basically had senioritis since freshman year. We've been able to survive high school because of our wits, determination, and maybe to some extent copy and paste from Wikipedia. But that's not the point. The main importance to high school is that we've helped each other through. I want to thank the amazing friends that I've made here at Eielson. I want to thank, and the laughs that we've shared together to keep ourselves sane. I want to thank my incredible coaches and teachers who've never failed to keep inspiring me and motivating me to become great. I also want to thank my family, and especially thank my mom. She's the most caring, loving, and consistent person in my life, and I wouldn't be able to make it to this spot without her. So thanks, Mom. Now it's our turn, guys. We have to hit the world with everything we've got. In the words of Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. From this class, we'll have future doctors, nurses, mechanics, military service members, and maybe even some future WWE wrestlers and bodybuilders. Brandon, Tanner. But it doesn't quite matter where we go, just so long as we have our roots planted firmly in the good people we are. Guys, it's been a wild ride, but we got one heck of a life in front of us. And for that, I salute. Let's give it up for the class of 2019.
Thank you, Ben. I'd like to introduce the senior class speaker voted by her peers. That's Jolie Lucas. As she's coming up, I'll just say, Jolie was born to Allison and Robert Lucas here in Fairbanks, Alaska. She attended Eielson School since 3rd grade at Crawford, and then Ben Eielson Junior High, and finishing here at the high school. She is nominated by her peers as the student speaker. Please welcome Jolie Lucas.
If you can't see, I'm standing on a stool. First of all, I'd like to highlight the academic and athletic rewards and placements that our senior class competed and participated in that helped make that sport so successful. Our football team yet again won state for us, adding another trophy to the stand. Our senior wrestlers captured individual placements at the state level, with Graham Staley taking 5th, Nyla Beeler taking 2nd, and myself taking 1st, becoming the first female wrestler to ever win a state championship for Ben Eielson, along with Debrana Beeler. Who is only a freshman. Our basketball team successfully made it to state in a tough regional bracket and took 5th in the state, and our spring sports are looking largely successful right now with track, baseball, soccer, and softball. And as far as academic success goes among the senior class, I mean, we're here graduating, right? Somehow, for some of us. Speaking of graduating, we now get to face true responsibility for those of us leaving the warm comfort of our parents and going off into college or joining the military or whatever path you want, and strive for a more independent life than dependent. As graduation grew closer and closer, I wondered how to achieve that independence that most of us are going to strive for. At a wrestling camp this spring break, the Olympic instructor, originally from Bulgaria, showed us valuable technique that was hard to come by, but also advice that always comes back to me. At the end, I asked the instructor what the best piece of advice was for wrestling. He replied, "This advice didn't come from wrestling, but it can be applied to it. When you stop making excuses for yourself, life falls into place and becomes so much easier." If you think about all the excuses we've made for school, family, friends, and sports, and so on, think about how much harder those excuses have made your life. Imagine how much easier school could have been if we didn't choose to make excuses, if those missing assignments were all turned in. Imagine how that one scholarship could have changed our life. The excuses that I make not only affect my school opportunities, but also my family. The excuses we make ultimately will always come back and around to bite us in the butt because, well, mothers always find out what you've done. And it puts a strain on trust between you and your family. Success will always be there for people who don't make excuses. As Hannah Montana said, nobody's perfect. But we can work on being so by getting rid of one excuse at a time. Once we do that, everything will fall into place and make life so much easier. When striving for independence, we leave behind many things: family, friends, pets, and memories. But just because we leave behind our family and friends doesn't mean we can't catch them up and make them a part of your life, even with our soon-to-be independence. Becoming independent doesn't mean you can leave your family or friends behind. Throughout the years, I've seen many college stories describing the choice between academics and family, and the reasons behind losing contact with their family being, "I don't have enough time, I'm busy, my academics matter more, and my family is a distraction." To me, those are the worst excuses you could give to a family who supported us and have been there for us through it all. A text message takes less than a minute to let them know. A phone call can always be made. There is always time. Make a promise to always keep your family close with you. Don't leave them behind now just because of this new change in your life. Make them a part of your strive for independence and dreams. Albus Dumbledore from Harry Potter quotes, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." When striving for the independence that we have dreamt of for so long, don't forget to make time for your family, make time for your friends. Let's not let this new step in life leave behind our present one. Lastly, it's a big, cruel world out there. With so many opinions, violence, and stereotypes when going out there, don't survive to be well-liked by being quiet, learning to conform with the ideas around you, or never speaking out for the fear of opinions around you. Fight for what you believe in. Become informed of both sides of the argument. Educate yourself and those trying to choose a side, but most importantly, learn to agree to disagree. Within this country, we have lost that ability to step aside and value each other's opinions as a right to express, and instead take it personally and aim to resent them as much as possible to the point of hatred. In this country, we all have the right to express our ideas and beliefs. It's what this country was built on. But more importantly, we need to respect that right and learn when to back off of each other and agree to disagree and not take it personally. If we only made friends by finding people who agree with everything we individually do or believe in, well, we wouldn't have friends at all. We will always have something to disagree on, but that doesn't mean we have to ultimately resent them. There's more to the world than disagreeing and violence. We should be the people to change that. There's enough violence in the world as it is. As long as people use violence to combat violence, we will always have violence. As one more final say, let's start this new chapter in life with an open mind. Let's not leave behind our family or friends, but instead make them a part of our strive for independence and our dreams. Let's make life a little easier with fewer excuses and more succeeding. Let us start this new chapter in life with a fresh start, a new beginning. Let's not be as fake as Nyla Zizi's. And lastly, let's give thanks to our teachers one last time. We wouldn't be here without them. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always being there and supporting me. And thank you, Coach Frazier and Coach Armour, who have made me less of a twig and more aggressive. Thank you for shaping me to be who I am. Thank you guys for electing me as your class speaker for the 2019 Ben Eielson Senior Graduation. Congrats, guys, we made it.
Thank you, Jolie. It's now my privilege to introduce the 2019 commencement speaker. The class of 2019 selected Bill Hawkins as the commencement speaker. Mr. Hawkins has been a member of Ben Eielson faculty since 1994. He has taught world history, U.S. history, current events, fencing, and a few courses here and there at Ben Eielson. 35 years ago this year, I walked across the stage at Lathrop as a senior, and a little known fact is that year happened to be a student teacher in the building under Mr. Betters. and that was Mr. Hawkins. Let that sink in and you do the math. His dedication to Ben Eielson Junior Senior High is sincerely appreciated. Please welcome the 2019 commencement speaker, Bill Hawkins.
You're old. Hi there. Over the next 35 minutes, I'd like to... Sorry, you just had to do that once. Forgive me. It's an honor tonight to be with so many smart people and their parents, and congratulations to you all on your good work. I've always felt that faculty commencement speeches are the last effort we make to sedate you before you receive your diploma. They're also filled with lots of advice which none of you people will heed or remember. Commencement speeches are small dark clouds that pass through an otherwise joyous occasion, and I'll try to make this brief. It's a cruel moment, graduation, and nature intends for this moment to be cruel. The relationship between parents and their children is an animal relationship. Unlike normal social relationships, you start out with absolute intimacy, you move towards becoming strangers, and if necessary, towards a state of hostility, and it's painful. But that's the way nature wants it. Nature is single-minded. It's cruel. It's only interested in the survival of the species, and nature wants to get you out of our clutches and out on your own so you can be independent, think for yourself, know who you are, and be able to raise your own children and continue the species. But it's painful for us as teachers and parents to let go of you, at least in most instances, your class being an exception. I just added that in, that's pretty good. Being a parent is a messy business. I'm talking to the parents here. You stumble upon it by accident, oftentimes. You're ill-prepared, you read books that aren't very helpful, and you're filled with anxiety every day of your life. The life of a parent is a life of constant silent prayer, and then suddenly it's over, and we lose you, and we have no further usefulness in nature's scheme of things. Nature isn't interested in our golden years. We had you, that's our contribution to the survival of the species. And now nature would be glad if we got out of the way. But our longevity serves no natural purpose. We go on and on and on, but as far as nature is concerned, we're only taking up space. You were our main work, and now that it's done, we may as well take that long walk out across the frozen tundra towards certain death. Therefore, it's in our interest as parents and teachers to cripple you in some way that will make you need us. Today, I need to speak either for the parents or for the graduates. I can't speak for both. And since the graduates invited me, I'll speak for them. My theme in the next 35, no, I said that already, is nature and storytelling, but it'll be brief. No, there won't be a quiz or a short essay analyzing my theme afterwards, so just relax and keep smiling. I promise to be brief. Nature wants you to get free because it's important for your survival that you have your own experience and learn from it. Experiences that are arranged and provided by us are not as good. It's an age of information, and most of the information that you will get is either untrue, irrelevant, or trivial. You need to have your own experience in order to be able to weigh what you hear. So you need to have the experience of being out of touch with us, going someplace and not telling your folks where you are, and not being able to reach you, even if they wanted to. In short, a good experience. You need to have your secrets, too, now that you're out of high school, that is. This is important. Any person your age who cannot do a good imitation of their father when he's angry, or your mother when she gives you fashion advice, if you can't satirize your parents by now, you better start learning. Nature does not want you to absorb too many of our mistakes. Your parents and I are part of a generation that frankly is not a shining example of idealism and purpose. Its mistakes are out there for the whole world to see. Greed, narcissism, utter self-absorption with self, its own emotional life, pitiful attempts to find identity and express itself. This generation of aging children for whom the TV sitcom was a defining experience. These people, graduates, have nothing left to teach you. Ditch us. Your parents fed you, encouraged you to walk and talk and to read, and maybe they've shown you a few things along the way to admire and emulate, and maybe they've even amused you. And nature doesn't want you to learn any more from them. You can be close to them and kind to them and love them, but you don't need to agree with them anymore or even take them that seriously if you don't want to. I imagine that life's going to take you to strange, far-off places, and lucky for you to be from the interior of Alaska. This is a culture that teaches you good basic things here: to be competent and useful, not to be an arrogant blowhard who's all gas and no flame, to be helpful, to not pass by people in trouble on the highway and pretend you don't see them, to be cheerful, to avoid self-pity. Winter is not a personal experience. Everyone else is just as cold as you are, so there's no point complaining about it. But Alaska can't teach you everything, and it's not good about teaching you to be a true individual. This culture that you grew up in prizes mediocrity and conformity. It is not happy about people who think independently and say so. You need to get free of your parents and become their equals eventually. And if they are good and kind and loving and understanding parents who can't do enough for you, you desperately need to get free of them. Good parents can be the hardest to get rid of. You have to be independent if you want to be somebody and have a real life. You've pleased your teachers, you've pleased your parents, your coaches, and now you have to do something harder, which is to please yourself. And to do things that you know in your heart to be right and that you're proud of. You have to be independent because it's your own opinion of yourself that matters now, not ours. Scores don't matter that much, prizes don't matter. You're all above average, but so what? You're from Eielson. This is not a nation of great intellects and brains. We have to import those people to the United States. According to a recent survey, about half the American people cannot tell you how long it takes for the Earth to go make one revolution around the sun. Most Americans can't speak or write English very well either. Just ask Miss Grover or Mr. Walker. So, if you can write a term paper on Gatsby or Fahrenheit 451, you're way above average, but don't be too proud of it. Be better than you need to be. If you're coasting along on your personal charm, your smile, learn how to be honest instead. Learn to look people in the eye and tell them what you think. This will come in handy someday. If you're fearful, master your fear so that you don't have to think about it later. Afraid of the water? Go jump in. Learn how to swim then. Afraid of people, what they might think of you? Go talk to them. Afraid of making mistakes? Afraid of looking foolish? Go learn a foreign language and speak it with people whom it ain't foreign with. It's an education in itself. It is a shallow, sad life, after all, that doesn't leave a person with a few scars. To be your own person, you need some good friends. Friends are a real treasure in your life. Some of your best friends may actually be in your family, so learn to be a friend yourself. You'll lose a lot of friends as you get older. Case in point. But try to hang on to the people you've shared your secrets with and who've known you at your worst moments and you never need to feel embarrassed in front of. Don't be careless with those people. Extend yourself to people you care about and be kind to your enemies. They might just become your best friends you'll ever have someday. Friendship can cross every boundary. I really believe that. No matter what lines you draw, dividing people into male, female, northern, southern, liberal, conservative, right-wing, left-wing, Christian, agnostic, rich, poor, friendship crosses all those lines. So don't be so glib or smart-ass or so passive or so cruel or just so busy that you won't go along without making these important connections to people. Don't forget to be a friend. When you have your true friends, then you have somebody to tell your story to. Told you we're going to get to stories. And that is how you finally and absolutely get free of us. This is the ultimate power you have over us. It's your account that's going to last longer. As a history teacher, I'm a professional storyteller of sorts, and I assure you it's easy to have an opinion. It's harder to tell a story. To be able to look at things and describe them accurately, to describe action chronologically in a way that conveys the reality of experience to another person. You were there during your childhood. You saw us in the clumsy things we did and the dumb things we said. You saw what happened. And now it's your story to tell. And we can't tell you what to say, but if you can tell that story truthfully, with humor, and yeah, a little forgiveness, then you're on your own. You've won. Now good luck. God bless you all. May His grace cover you. Get a job. Get out of the house.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. In your commencement program is a listing of scholarships and awards. The printing deadline was May 3rd, and the program reflects the scholarships up to that date that were reported. At this time, I'd like to ask any senior receiving a scholarship or an award to please stand up. Thank you. The current total dollar amount awarded to our Ben Eielson seniors that just stood up was almost $400,000. Well done. Congratulations to these students and their parents. Now we'll have a musical performance sung by senior Kiera Kiki Williams. Thank you, Kiki. And just what an excellent example of the talented students that define our motto, small, mighty, and proud. Thank you, Kiki. Representatives of the school board, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests, as the principal of Ben Eielson Junior Senior High, I hereby certify that all students before you have met the requirements as established by the Fairbanks North Starborough School District. Ms. Maradi, would you please accept this class?
Okay, administrators of Ben Eielson High School, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests. As a representative of the Fairbanks North Starborough Board of Education, I acknowledge and accept the students before you have completed their graduation requirements as set forth by the Fairbanks North Starborough School District and the state of Alaska. On behalf of the Board of Education and the school district administration, I congratulate you on your accomplishments.
Thank you, and now for the presentation of diplomas. A reminder to family and guests who would like to take pictures. Students will be called alphabetically as they are listed in your program. When the time for your graduate to walk across the stage approaches, you are welcome to carefully move to the area to the left of the stage. Due to time and space, please save your gifts and flowers until after the ceremony. Ms. Wiley will read the names.
Ready?
So do you want maybe one more on this side?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. I just need to be able to. I need to be able to see.
Oh, here you go.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Perfect.
Ryan James Armour. Nyla Rochelle Beeler. Alicia Borland. Trenton Wells Browning. Christopher Joseph Carey Thoman. Carl Vince Elijah Salvo Castro. Luis Noriel Sanchez Castro. Jeline Dominguez Cinco. Benjamin Lyon Davis. Cassidy Jordan Elings. Ashley Grace Fletcher. DeAndre Jesse Ford. Scott Edwin Fry. Jaron Sean Greist. Bradley Michael Gum.
Christian Alexander Gunn. Zachary Daniel Hill. Samantha Mackenzie Honaker. Heather Holly Holland. Thomas Andrew Holmes. Haley Marie Howes.
Glad you finished with us this year.
Mason Charles Johnson. Alyn Diane Julian. Zeber Sajid Khan. Tatiana Marie Kincaid. Dominic Bruce Curleys. Brandon Cole Lewis. Taylor K. Lewis. Jolie Michaela Lucas. Jaden Robert Manabusen. Lavander Eugene Mayo Jr. Dylan Anthony Nichol.
Way to do it, Dylan.
Javier Elijah Farms. Brock Mitchell Rinson. Joseph Michael Rodriguez. Logan J. Rowe. Matthew Hunter Scarborough. Savannah Nicole Scott. Tanner Justin Scruggs.
Well done.
Graham Enoa Staley. Mason Williams Steffers.
Well done.
Chantel Nicole Stewart.
Nice job.
Gwendolyn Alexandria Stokes.
Nice game.
Jerome Vaholic V.
Nice job.
Carla Villanueva. Colin James Wilder. Kiara Nicole Williams.
few thank yous, so we'll good. See if you want to take a minute for a thank you sequence. All right, thank you to the Ben Eielson High School Band under the direction of Ms. Teresa Van Heining. I'd also like to thank the JRTC instructors, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Brodell and Master Sergeant Michael Patton. Miss Anna Sprague and Miss Wendy Clark, would you please stand? Miss Clark, stand. Miss Sprague. Thank you to the both of you for your efforts this year as our senior class sponsors. Also, thank you, Ms. Sprague, for working with our seniors to secure the scholarships. Thank you also to Rebecca Irby, Sharice Walker, and Justice Soleil, Relations Department, with our Public Relations Department for their help with the live streaming of this graduation. Would Teresa Renson please stand? It was Ms. Renson, with the help of other parents of this graduating class, that have organized the Senior Grad Bash celebration, which will begin later tonight at the base gym. They've done a wonderful job providing a safe evening of activities and memories for this year's seniors. Thank you to all the parents in that work. A shout out to Ms. Browder. With the assistance of the members of the junior class, a reception will be in the Great Hall immediately following this ceremony. Graduates can be met in the Great Hall just after they exit. I ask the audience to please remain in your seats until the faculty, stage guests, and graduates have left the gym. Would the Student Council President, Carla Villanueva, please come forward for the conclusion of this year's commencement ceremony.
Graduates, as a symbol of our commencement, join me in the moving of our tassels from the left to the right. Stand up, just kidding. Sorry.
Nice and loud.
As a symbol of our commencement, join me in moving our tassels from the left to the right. To the right to left.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, I would like to introduce the graduating class of 2019 from Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School. If I could have the audience stand, and please wait until the seniors have left the auditorium.